Over the years, with the rise of studios like F45, BFT, 30-minute ritual workouts, many people have moved away from steady-state cardio because it builds muscle and improves your VO2 max. Well, I'm not going to dispute that, but allow me to talk about what you are missing if you are not doing steady-state cardio. In doing steady-state cardio, it is mainly the aerobic system that is at work. Our body is using oxygen to produce ATP, the energy currency of our body. Now, it uses both glucose and fats as fuel in this energy producing mechanism. I'm not going to bore you with details, but just know that fats and glucose will be broken down and go through this process called the Krebs cycle to produce ATP. One key difference in using fats or glucose as fuel is that fats will provide almost twice as much energy as glucose. Now, 1 gram of glucose or carbs will yield 4 calories, but 1 gram of fat will yield 9 calories. At higher training intensities, like our HIIT style of training, the primary fuel source is carbs. Now, if we want our bodies to be efficient at using fats as the primary fuel, then we need the intensity to be a bit lower, where we can hold a steady state for an extended period of time. Somewhere 30 minutes and upwards. This will drive up the efficiency of our fat burning capability. And if you remember the first point I made, fats will provide twice as much energy as carbs. Now, the next point I would like to make is the change in cardiac output. For those who don't know what that is, let me explain. Every minute, your heart is pumping a certain amount of blood around the body, and that amount is known as cardiac output. So in order for this amount to increase, we need to take a look at the heart itself. Oxygen-rich blood flows into the left ventricle of the heart, and it is from here that the blood is then pumped to the rest of the body. So how can we then alter this amount flowing into the left ventricle? This is where steady-state cardio at zone 2 or 3 is helpful. At this heart rate, the left ventricle has enough time to fill up before the heart contracts and pump the blood to the rest of the body. This is an important adaptation because the less work the heart has to do to pump blood around the body, the better the aerobic energy production will be because more oxygen can be delivered to the muscles. So let's bring the 2 points I mentioned previously into context of a sport like tennis. The athlete is required to perform repeated sprints and change of direction in a rally. And all these quick movements will require the athlete's body to be working more anaerobically to produce this burst of energy. And if you guys are familiar with the energy systems of the body, the anaerobic system can only last from like 10 seconds to a minute max before it relies heavily back on the aerobic system. So in order for us to preserve that precious anaerobic energy system, the athlete can train his aerobic system to a level where he can sustain high level at which the athlete is performing at. Another advantage of having a high or good aerobic base is how fast the athlete can recover if he or she were to engage in an all-out effort route and he is tapping heavily on his anaerobic system. The anaerobic system takes 3 to 5 minutes to recover, and depending on the athlete's aerobic base, it will speed up accordingly. Remember that I said the body gets more efficient in burning fats as fuel? If you can train your body to do that, you are getting twice as much energy as burning other sources of fuel. Your energy level is going to increase tremendously, and I'm sure you will start feeling it in your day-to-day life. I've come to the end of the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe if you have found the video useful. Let me know in the comments what are some challenges you face or what other content you would like to see. I'll see what I can do. Gary from Ultimate Performance, signing out.